I'm tired of this showing people jokes.
You were almost as tall as David.
Piggybacking on what David Cup said is, this is my 5th campaign, and I think on my 3rd campaign, I said the worst part about being an elected official is you got to get elected. And I think these 8 guys will agree with me after the last 3 or 4 months. But I'm Chip Holloway. I'm originally from Louisiana. I attended LSU. I only point that out because Mick's going after me today, and he always gives a shameless plug for Notre Dame. I also want to point out that John McQuiston's from Louisiana, and he never fails to point out to me that in Louisiana we have the best politicians money can buy. So keep that in mind. For 14 years, I've been stuck over in Eastern Current and Ridgecrest, serving on the Ridgecrest City Council. During that time, I've held every position from mayor to council member, and I'm now mayor pro tem. I actually served 2 terms as mayor. In that time, I made it a point to get outside of Ridgecrest and get involved with associations and organizations to better educate me, to help me serve my constituents. I've tried to make positive and productive relationships on both sides of the aisle with elected officials, state bureaucrats, which was probably worse than dealing with elected officials, especially when you had Roy up there. And I did anything I could to help my constituents. I went out to seek out opportunities that might not otherwise be obvious to those who've never held elected office or just sit around waiting for things to happen. But the thing I'm most proud of is for 25 years I was a self-employed entrepreneur in the restaurant business. And I owned Wiener Schnitzels, which you may have heard of. I bought and sold 9 Wiener Schnitzels. I owned Texas Cattle Company in a little place called Coyote Kitchen. And I had 2 other restaurants that I'm not going to mention here because I might break down into tears. Because if you read Bakersfield, California, I had some financial problems in the last couple of years. And it was directly resulted in those restaurants. And then I got into the real estate business, so I'm a little ashamed to tell you I'm not the smartest guy that's on this group of candidates. But one thing I do know after 25 years in the restaurant business, we've been together for a few months now, and there's 8 of us. And I do have one distinction, because a lot of us agree a lot on the same things. I'm the only candidate that's got 14 years of government service, but 25 years of business experience, and no other candidate can make that claim up here. And what I understand is the frustrations of regulation and restrictions on our business every day, and how it affects cash flow, and how hard it was. I bought my first Wiener Schnitzel in Oceanside, California in 1992, and by the time I bought my last one in 2006, the changes in regulation, even at the county level, changing a piece of equipment required a building permit. So most of the problems with the restrictions and regulations come to the state level, but there are definitely things that we can do at the county level to make businesses more effective and get back to doing what they do best, which is create revenue. I ran for elected office because I knew that we in government create nothing. Every dollar we have to spend is the direct result of the hard work and efforts of our residents and businesses. And if you're going to have a strong public sector, which the county is, and we deliver more needed public benefits and services than any government agency. But if you're going to have a strong public sector, you have to have a much stronger private sector. And we in government have forgotten that. So there's a lot of issues that are regional to Ridgecrest and the Eastern Current, China Lake, and Edwards Air Force Base are very important to us. The dam issue in Lake Isabella and tourism. Up here in Sam's area, we've got high unemployment, water issues, air quality, and trying to protect ag land. And over here we got the oil companies in the state looking at it as a big fat piggy bank to grab money to solve their problems like they do in the cities all the time. But there's 4 issues that I think I can hit the ground running with that I think will help everybody in the county. And I think I can do it from day one. Pension reform, the problem's not solved. We've got the patient off the life support, but the patient's still in critical condition. I want to put an effort on greater efficiency of delivery of county services. I think we've hampered our employees trying to protect them, and there's no reason for creativity or innovation anymore at the county level, and there's definitely not a customer service mentality. I want to do an independent review of every ordinance and regulation and policy at the county level and how it relates to business. And I want to do that without using county dollars. I want to partner with the academia at the high school level and the college level to create a curriculum where they can do this, because it's going to take years, but I want to start with businesses so we can fix, because we've got to get the economy moving first, because jobs is our biggest problem. And the last thing I want to do is very controversial. It's not the first time you've heard it, but I absolutely think it's going to be important. And if it takes me 4 years or 8 years or 12 years to do it, I'm going to do it. But I think we need to require mandatory drug testing for any county aid. And that's because I've witnessed firsthand babies going without food because their parents are selling their EBT cards and to get meth or whatever. Yet we keep providing and enabling the system, while you as taxpayers, for the most part, are required to go out and drug test to get gainful employment and pay your tax dollars, then we go out and waste your tax dollars perpetuating a system that doesn't try to address the symptom or cure the disease. I got 5 seconds left, so thank you for inviting me. If I wasn't so nervous, I'd eat. I've eaten here before, it's great, and I'm in the restaurant business, and obviously I know how to eat. But thank you for inviting me. I did get I wanted to let you know all the little guys out there, all the underdogs. I did get the endorsement from the Bakersfield, California. I'm very shocked at that and proud. But little guys, there's hope for you after all. Come on, little guy.
All right, that was Marshall Chip Holloway.